This is part 4 of the Wish Jeep, where I restore a 1986 Jeep CJ7 to auction off all proceeds benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation. In this episode, we install our suspension lift, motor, transmission, and transfer case. The sponsor of this video is Betts Springs of Fresno. Betts has one of the last manufacturing plants in California and produces high-quality springs and suspension parts for a variety of companies. They also have a popular chain of commercial truck repair and parts shops. Everything they produce is high quality, made in America, and put through rigorous testing to make sure that their parts hold up to the most demanding of situations. The Betts team was kind enough to invite me to their manufacturing plant for a tour. This is video of the tour where you can see some examples of the high level of technology they use to ensure quality and maximize efficiency. It was super interesting to see the processes and machinery used to create the suspension parts like the ones you will see installed in this video. I really appreciate the Betts team's support and generosity. After Betts gave me a tour of their factory, they put me in contact with Daystar, who owns Tough Country Suspension and Voodoo Ropes. They agreed to donate the parts that we will be using to do the suspension lift on the Wish Jeep. First step is to install these 2.5-inch lift Easy Ride springs from Tough Country. These springs are made in America and will give us some extra room to fit the bigger tires we got from Les Schwab without sacrificing ride quality. A cool feature about these springs that I noticed is that on the rear springs there are built-in shims to correct the pinion angle. When you lift your vehicle, it can sometimes create a drive shaft angle that is too extreme, leading to vibrations. By pointing the pinion slightly up, it helps correct the drive shaft angle and eliminate vibrations. This is a really nice feature that I don't see offered on many other lift kits. If you are looking to lift or level your truck, you should check out Tough Country. Anyway, let's get started. So instead of just doing a regular bushing with a regular bolt through it, Daystar sent me this really cool greasable bushing kit where it actually has a Zerk fitting on the end of the bolt, and it goes through these little holes, and you can grease your bushing without even removing it. Just hook your grease gun right up to it. It's pretty cool. After installing the lift kit, I noticed that the ride height was going to be a little bit above where I wanted it, so I'm going to swap the shackles for these slightly shorter ones from Daystar before moving on. To match our suspension lift, we're using these BDS Nitro Series Premium shocks. We've got 2 different lengths, and let's go install those. We've got our sway bar installed with all brand new bushings and our extra long heavy duty sway bar links. Daystar supplied all the bushings you saw installed in this video. They make high quality polyurethane bushings for most off-road applications, like this sway bar bushing kit for the CJ7. If you need to replace the old and worn out bushings on your 4x4, you should check out Daystar. Now that we're finished with our lift kit, let's start working on installing the motor. And the first step is the pilot bushing. So here's our brand new pilot bushing. Here's the old one, kind of boogered up and ugly. So we just replaced it right there. So now it's time to install our brand new Luke clutch and compression plate. So I've got our clutch plate here. There we go. So there we've got our pressure plate all bolted up with thread locker, and now we can pull out our what is this called? You know. So I just happen to have this freshly rebuilt Borg & Warner T5. It's an original 5-speed CJ transmission. I just had it laying in the back of my shop, and it's going to be perfect for this project. So here we go. So there's our brand new throwout bearing, and we add a little bit of grease under these splines just to make everything fit together smoothly. There we go. We've got our transmission installed onto our motor, and now we're just going to install our brand new transmission mount and motor mounts. So there's our new motor mount. There's the same one on the other side, and our transmission mount. So there we go. Let's install the motor. And there we go. Just got to bolt everything down, and then we'll be moving on to the next step. So this transfer case is kind of a similar situation to the transmission. I built this a while ago for a different project and never ended up using it, and it'll work perfect for this. This is a Dana 300, which is pretty much the best transfer case that ever came in a Jeep. This also has the upgraded 4-to-1 gears that I installed, which is a huge upgrade for off-roading, so you can have a really low crawl gear. And let's install it in the Jeep. And there we go. All the major parts of our driveline are completely installed. Voodoo Ropes also sent this super cool pack with a kinetic energy rope and 2 soft shackles. These ropes are really cool. They're softer than chain or normal rope, so they won't scratch your paint, and they have kind of a stretch factor built into them. So as someone's pulling you out, it can use that kinetic energy to kind of slingshot you out, and they perform better than just a regular rope. These are made in the United States. They're super high quality. I'm really excited to give these away with the Wish Jeep. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to support this project, you can donate at the link in the description below. Or if you'd just like to follow along and show your support, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel, or you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram at The Wish Jeep. Thank you again to Bet Spring Company for sponsoring this video, and to Daystar and Tough Country Suspension for sending out all the parts that you saw installed in this video. See you next time. After Betts gave me a tour of their factory, they put me in contact with Daystar, who owns Tough Country Suspension. Are you kidding me? Coyotes. It's either cars, coyotes, Canadian geese, motorcycles, doesn't matter. Anytime I'm filming, they start howling, driving by,